y'all, welcome back to Mimi's Texas Kitchen. Today we're going to make some homemade Butterfinger ice cream using my Kitchenaide attachment that makes ice cream. So this is my granny's recipe that she used to make when we were kids all the time. So what you need for it is, obviously you're going to need 2 Butterfingers, and I'll show y'all what we do with that later. And then you need 6 eggs, and I'm fixing to beat the eggs. You need a ½ gallon of milk cream combo. So what I do is I use 1 quart of heavy cream and 1 quart of milk. Whole milk or 2% is the best. And then you need 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. So first thing I do is I mix and beat the eggs. Just want to beat them up really good so they're all combined and everything, and it'll mix better with your other stuff. Alright, that's mixed good, so I'm just going to add it to my milk and cream mixture, like so. Mix that in good. Real creamy, rich mixture when you get done. Right. Now, what I'm going to do, I have this big Dutch oven, and I'm going to pour my liquid mixture into it so that I can mix everything over here and it'll fit better. So I'm just going to pour this in like so. And now I'm going to add my sugars and my other ingredients. So pour your sugar in. And you want to mix after each addition. That's just the way I've always made it. Alright, now I'm going to add in my sweetened condensed milk. Alright, we'll mix that together. Just want it mixed until it's well combined. You're not like reaching for a certain goal of how long you have to mix it for, just until you can tell everything is blended together well. Alright, now I'm going to add the flour, and I'm going to add this with my beater going kind of slow, so it doesn't make any chunky parts. Just make sure you mix it where your flour will mix in really good. Vanilla. And it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I really added like 1.5. That's okay. It'll just make it taste that much more vanilla flavoring. It's not gonna hurt anything. And that's it for that part. Phew. Figures. I had that under my arm. All right. Okay. Now, come over to the stove and turn it on to like medium-high heat. And the whole purpose of this part is just to heat it to where it's not boiling. You don't want it to be boiling. You want to heat and stir it until this is basically like a custard mixture, and you want to heat it like this until you start to see some steam coming off of it, and to where you couldn't leave your finger in it if you were to touch it. You don't want it to boil because it'll curdle, and you don't want it to do that to it. You just want to kind of heat it up enough to where you're basically pasteurizing it with those eggs and everything in there. And then you'll put it into a big container like this, and it makes a lot. It makes like a little over half a gallon of ice cream. And so since I'm heating it up, I'll need to put it in here and put it in either the freezer or the refrigerator to let it cool all the way down before I make it into the ice cream. So we're gonna heat this like this until it gets to that point, and then we'll come back later when we're ready to actually make the ice cream. Okay, y'all, so our ice cream mixture has cooled down. So I got out my Kitchenaide ice cream attachment, and it has a paddle that goes with it, that goes down inside of it. This is frozen. You just keep it in the freezer all the time. And it's got water and stuff inside that freezes, that keeps this extremely cold. It's got this little attachment that will attach to the paddle and turn. As you can see, it starts turning. So you fill this about 2/3 of the way full with your ice cream mixture. And you're gonna make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. It's gonna taste super awesome when you get done. All right. So it uses about half the amount of the mixture that I have, and you set your timer for 15 minutes, and then at 15 minutes is when you'll add in your broken up pieces of Butterfinger. So let me clean up my little mess here. It'll have to be good enough until I'm done, and I can clean it up more efficiently. All right. So now, while I'm waiting on that to go, I'll go ahead and put my Butterfingers in here. And the other half of my mixture there, I'll make another batch of this ice cream tomorrow. I'll just keep it in the refrigerator overnight. But I'm going to go ahead and crush up both of my Butterfinger candy bars. Alright, so I just like to put them in a bag like this. And I use like one of those mallets that you tenderize meat with or whatever, but I don't use the pokey sides, I use the flat side. And I just crush them up like this. You want to have some small bits and some larger bits, because it'll just taste better hitting a little chunk of Butterfinger in your ice cream every now and then. Alright, so for the first 15 minutes, you just let that go like it's doing. And then when the 15 minutes is up, you're going to do 5 more minutes, and that's when you add your crushed up Butterfinger pieces. So we got 14 minutes here, and you can come over and look at our ice cream, and you can see on the sides where it's already starting to freeze. So you just let it do its thing. So we'll be back in a few minutes whenever it's time to add our Butterfinger. Alright y'all, so our timer just went off on our ice cream, so now it's time to add our Butterfinger pieces. So I'm only going to add about half of them, since I'm going to make that other half tomorrow. So I just take it, and I've kind of cordoned it off in my bag, and then I'm just going to dump them in, like so. And I'm going to reset my timer for 5 more minutes. And it'll continue to get more creamier and have the Butterfinger pieces dumped in there also. Alright. So, it won't take long. Now, whenever you first get done, if you're using one of these types of ice cream makers, if you'll, when you take out the ice cream, it's going to be like soft serve, but then, so you can eat it then, because it is frozen, it's just soft, but you can put it in a container and put it in the freezer and let it get firmed up over the next couple of hours, and then when you eat it, it's just like eating ice cream that you buy at the store or go to the ice cream shop. So, we'll be back in a few minutes whenever it's completely done. Alright y'all, our ice cream is done, and you can see how, now that it got froze, it filled up the whole bowl. So that's why you only put, fill it up 2/3 of the way. So then when you get done, you can just lift this off, and unhook your bowl. I always forget how to unhook it. So I'm gonna go this way. Alright. So now, bring it over here to our container. Pull out our paddle and just scrape off the ice cream. And you can see it, excuse me, it's soft serve right now. And so once it sits up in the freezer for a couple hours, it'll get firmed up like regular ice cream. And just, yeah, I like to get off as much as I can because I don't want to waste it because it's too good. Way too good to waste it. Alright. So let's scrape it. So ice cream is a bit messy business, y'all. Alright. Making messes everywhere. Okay. So now, I'm just going to put the ice cream in here. If I can get it out. And these things are heavy. I really hold it. Because my arm is messed up. Alright, we're just going to go with that. Alright. So, as you can see, it makes pretty thick and creamy ice cream. Now, we're just going to try it, then I'll put it in the freezer to let it get firmed up. So, let's give it a try. That is perfect. If you like my video, making homemade Butterfinger ice cream, please like it, share it with others, subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Go back and watch some of my other videos. We'll see y'all next time in Nini's Texas Kitchen.